It's Sunday, October 24th, 2021, and my next 2 weeks are going to be focused on filing my police report against this crime ring to which my sociopathic ex, Jonathan Kiskin, has leveraged to the max. And before I do this, I thought I'd see if I could get some guidance.
Welcome to the Ottawa Police Service. Bienvenue au service de police d'Ottawa. If this is a life-threatening emergency, crime in progress, or a injury, hang up and dial 911 now. En cas d'urgence,
It is a crime in progress, but
de crime en cours ou de collision avec blessure, raccrochez et composez le 911 maintenant.
you can't round all of them up, I don't think,
And respectful environment for both our
at the moment.
employees and members of the public. Aggressive or intimidating behavior, harassment, or coarse language.
Oh, you mean like what the Ottawa Police Services do?
Call may be recorded. Nous nous sommes engagés à offrir un environnement sûr et
This call is
respectueux
being
à nos
recorded.
employés, ainsi qu'à l'ensemble de la population. Les comportements agressifs,
Just made the best omelet.
le
So
harcèlement
yummy.
ou les propos vulgaires
Black olives,
ne
red
seront pas
peppers.
tolérés. Votre appel pourrait être enregistré. If you know the 4-digit extension number of the person or section you're trying to reach, you may enter it now. Si vous connaissez le numéro de poste de 4 chiffres de la personne ou de la section que vous tentez de joindre, composez-le maintenant. To continue in English, press 1 now.
Yeah, that should be
Pour
your
poursuivre en français,
first thing you
appuyez.
say.
If you're calling to report a residential or commercial break-and-enter that is not in progress, a missing person, a stolen vehicle, or an assault where no medical attention is
How
required,
about all of the
press
above?
1. To report a collision, animal abuse, or if you require police assistance, press 2. If you are the victim of a phone scam fraud, press 3.
Everything but.
To report any other crime that is not in progress, or to add more information into a report, press 4.
No, it is in progress. I'll go with 2. Oh, hi there. I'm just calling to see if I can get some advice on what I should include in submitting a police report against a massive crime ring in Ottawa, which includes several judges, crown prosecutors, a ton of white collar, and some blue collar.
Okay, you'd like to give that information?
Well, the problem is I've been tracking this group since 2013, so like 8-9 years, and so I have a massive amount of evidence, and I also have a lot of evidence that I've managed to upload to a website. So I'm going to. It's quite complex. I mean, this is not a simple little assault investigation. It's a complex, involved, a wicked crime ring, and so it'll probably. I'm not sure what I need to get it rolling is the thing. I can't really show up at the station with all of my paper evidence because there's just too much of it. I can show up with my laptop. What do you need in order to open up an investigation?
Okay, well, you would have to speak with our reporting center, and they would take down some of your information, and then an investigator would contact you after that.
Yeah, that doesn't really seem to work. Last time I did that, the police officer lied in the police report, closed the file, and deemed it a civil matter. So there's the reality is there's so many crooked cops at OPS that because I've been flagged as a target for this group, I have received.
Okay, ma'am, listen, you can either make the report or not make the report.
No, I know,
It's
but
up to you.
but here's the thing, sir. Every time I make a report, it goes into the shredder.
Thank you for calling the Ottawa Police Service Police Reporting Unit.
Oh,
Please
you're
be
transferred.
advised that your call will be recorded. Merci d'avoir contacté l'unité de déclaration à la police du service de police d'Ottawa. Veuillez noter que votre appel sera enregistré. Un message en français suivra.
Non, merci. Anglais, s'il vous plaît. J'ai choisi anglais, déjà.
Traffic complaints, damage, mischief to property, lost property with a visible serial number or engraving, drug complaints, fraud complaints if you have lost money or given personal information, add information to an existing report. Please visit our website At ottawapolice.ca to
And
file
what?
your
What if
report
I have no
online.
internet, you freaks?
If you are reporting a break and enter, missing person, stolen vehicle, press 1. Otherwise, press 2 for all other calls.
Two.
Le type de rapport
Let's try
suivant
two
sont
again.
dorénavant.
Ottawa Police, bonjour.
Hi there. I'm trying to get some assistance on how I file a police complaint against a massive crime ring in this city, which involves several judges, crown prosecutors, and police officers, among others.
Against a what, sorry?
A massive crime ring.
Okay. I'll let you discuss this with an officer over the phone who can give you information as to how you can do that, okay?
Okay, super. Thank you.
Just to note that you will have to select number 2 after I transfer you to speak to a constable.
Okay, thank you very much.
You have reached the alternative response unit.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a loss prevention officer calling to speak to an officer regarding release,
Two. I've talked to you guys before. Alternative dispute resolution.
Good afternoon, Constable Barlow, Alternative Response Unit.
Oh, hi. I'm sorry. What's your name again?
Constable Barlow?
Barlow. Hi. My name's Deirdre Moore, and I'm just now I'm finally in a position to prepare a police report exposing a massive crime ring in Ottawa, which involves several Superior Court of Justice judges, crown prosecutors, and multiple police officers as well. I have an abundance of evidence, so much that it doesn't make sense for me to show up at the station with it. I managed to upload a lot of it to my website, and so I'm just curious as to what the process is. I mean, it's well over 100 individuals. So
So what you can do is are you doing your report did you do your report online or were you doing it over the phone?
it's far too complex for. I mean, this isn't a simple assault thing. This is a complex, orchestrated, long-term fraud. And so, what my intention was to prepare sort of an outline, an overview, which I can then link to several documents, which in itself can link to other documents. I'm already in 7 different court cases, including a civil action against Auto Police Services. So they're aware that I'm doing this, and so because of the way it's been in family court and civil court, and I'm going through an appeal now, there's every time they deceive the court or put false statements in an affidavit or commit the crime of defamatory libel, or in the case of these judges, basically, disobeying statute, section 126.1. There's, I've listed based on, my knowledge of the criminal code, which I, never read until a couple of years ago, until I was forced to by being falsely accused of criminal harassment and tossed in jail. So I've listed all the crimes. I don't think I can count the counts of each one.
Yeah. So I think you mentioned it as well. Like if you do like kind of a summary, a general summary overall, and then have that forwarded on, what happens is it'll get passed on to an investigator to follow up, and what they can do is they can go, list the website, list kind of the things, like the general outline of what's going on, and then what'll happen is an investigator will contact you, and then we can start unraveling, peeling back the layers, and start investigating this further.
Okay, would you like me to list the individuals involved in my summary?
No, you don't have to, because I'm not going to take your report.
No, not.
Obviously, you have to, but I don't need to know. I'm just trying to assist you in terms of getting your report to a point where it can be passed to an investigator.
No, I understand that, but in my outline, will you want me to list the perpetrators in the outline?
You can do that if you want. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and then also in your outline, list like the people involved and maybe like the crimes or the allegations against them. That way it'll give more insight to whoever investigator or the investigator that you get assigned to the file. They'll have a better understanding of kind of what your
Okay, now so
You said you have a website as well. What's the website name?
well, this is the problem. So one of the Crown prosecutors, as I was uploading more evidence and connecting the crooked Crown prosecutors by showing how they're lying to the judges, and I was just proving it all online. Well, then all of a sudden I get rearrested with more bogus charges, and the deal was I don't get back out of jail unless I agree to remove my site from public view. So it's now a bail condition that I can't tell anybody the password to this website. So I had to move it, and so my amicus knows it, and who else? Another lawyer knows it. But am I allowed to give the police the password? Because
I don't know. I think you could. I think you could. What you could do, because it was from what you're saying, it sounds like the website contains a lot of your evidence, right?
ton of it.
So,
I
I think what you could do is when at the point where the investigator reaches out and contacts you, maybe you can make that available then, and then they can get onto it and have a look at it, and just kind of, because they're going to have to corroborate everything you're saying, right? And they're going to need to have all that evidence available to them. Um, so you have a lawyer now, you stated?
I have a lawyer only for the criminal side, the criminal charges, which they're up to 12 now on me, and they're laughable. And so, and we managed to just basically kick that can down the road. There still hasn't been a trial. I've already served, over 100 days, which is in excess of what I would have been sentenced with had I been found guilty. But their angle is to, I don't know, through a crooked judge or whatever, find me guilty of something so that they can use a crooked psychiatrist to have me declared NCR and then get rid of me that way. So in basically what it is, it's a dispose of the spouse service. So I was trying to get a divorce, and instead of me being able to divorce this freak, he taps into this crime ring, which the goal is to, drive me, well, it's basically you're hospitalized, ostracized, marginalized, criminalized. The whole point is to try to drive the target to suicide. So they've stolen everything from me, including my kids, my cat, and my dog. But they weren't successful. So now I have all this evidence, and I know business models. I'm a CFA, so I can sort of put the whole thing together. And then it actually dovetails into an international human trafficking operation that I also have evidence of. So it's pretty big.
Yeah, sounds huge. So you said your name was Peter Moore. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's listed in your files that I'm bipolar, but I'm not. I'm also not schizophrenic or anything else my ex has told you people.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't need to. I mean, I'm just curious. So I jotted your name down as you said it to me. I just want to make sure I had it right in my notes, because whenever I take phone calls, I take notes as the people that are talking to me. Yeah, I think that's the best way to go, Miss Moore, is to just kind of give an overview of what's taking place, and you can list the individuals and kind of the crimes associated that you're alleging, and then it'll get passed on to an investigator, and they'll start follow up.
Awesome. Do you have any idea on the timeline on this? And the reason I ask is because I have an appeal in family court being heard on November 9th, where a handful of the perpetrators will once again just commit another count. And I know this because I've already received their court materials. I've received their factums, and it's just lie after lie after lie. And and this involves the CAS and Office of the Children's Lawyer. So this is I've labeled this taxpayer-funded domestic violence and child abuse like long ago. These monsters are operating. They're basically terrorists. They're operating under a taxpayer-funded guise. So
Okay.
so
So yeah, it really depends on I know we haven't gotten into kind of your allegations, but you mentioned fraud. Fraud have a huge workload, and we're still I'm still on a back. I mean, I kind of do a lot of different things, different files, and we're still on a backlog from the summer, because we had people are off in the summer with staff shortages and whatnot. So it depends on the seriousness of it, of the incident or whatever. It depends on a lot of things. I can't really answer to how soon that'll be you'll get a contact.
Okay, so I have a question then. So I'm really glad I brought this up because yeah, there's a ton of fraud, but like so I've had everything I owned was stolen in an eviction scam. So $500,000, and X is not barely paying any. Like he owes me $500,000 in overdue support. It's just a ton of fraud. But even more importantly, we've got 6 Crown prosecutors deceiving the court to to target the victims and protect the perpetrators. And so, maybe I don't want to go in and lead with a fraud if it's going to be stuck a backlog, because this is happening real time now. My kids and I are not the only victims of this syndicate. We've got
It depends. So you haven't entered a report yet. So I think you're going to have to decide what's the category. So let me just pull up a sheet
what
here.
departments is there, like a terrorist department? I mean, what departments can
Well,
I
we have
choose
like an
from?
intelligence. We have an intelligence gathering department, and they kind of deal with like that type of thing. But the reports that you can take online are theft. Oh, sorry,
I
theft
won't
and
go
report.
online. I won't go online. It's too
Okay.
complex. I was gonna do a
Okay.
summary, and then I was gonna go down to the station with a
Okay.
handful of evidence, and then
Okay.
link my summary to one of those paper forms.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
But
Yeah.
so what are
Yeah.
my
I'm just looking at the different reports that you can actually do online, and it doesn't sound like the only one that from what you're saying, it would possibly be fraud is the one that you can do online. Everything else would have to be taken in person or over the phone.
yeah, it's much bigger than fraud. So I'll go in person.
Okay.
But again, you said just like an intelligence group. I know there's a SACA group, but they have not been much help, and it's bigger than that, anyways. So what are my other? Are there any other options for the white collar, you know, complex white collar crime that dovetails into human trafficking? I mean, I have dirt on
Well, there's
locations of human traffickers
yeah,
internationally.
we have a human trafficking unit. So we do have a human trafficking unit for sure, but it sounds very complex. So, but yes, it sounds like everything that you're saying falls under fraud, like kind of that kind of white collar kind of crime. But again, we also have a human trafficking unit too. So you'd have to kind of um, you're gonna have to decide what what the what context everything that falls under. When we do a report, when we generate a report, we have a number of fields that we can, different crime fields that we can add, and we can add more than one. So if there's multiple crime fields, like let's say there was assault, human trafficking, theft, fraud, we'd list all those there
Okay.
as well, right? So it would all get flagged.
Okay. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna lead in with the intelligence then, and then add the other ones afterwards.
Okay. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. No worries. Good luck. Thank you.
Have a great day. Bye.